Hello everybody, Mr. Miola here, and welcome to a game called Evolution, where we basically get to play God. Yes, we are God. We are creating creatures and letting them evolve to see if we can get them to move. Yeah, sounds simple, but from what I've seen, it's a lot more difficult than it sounds. But let me show you what I mean. Basically, we get to create a bunch of creatures. We can kind of just place a couple joints down. We can connect some bones between these joints, and we can let them evolve. And clearly, this one has absolutely no chance at moving, because it's literally just 3 pieces of nothingness. But that's where muscles come into effect. We can go and join muscles between these parts, and we can go ahead and evolve them. And as you can see, there's a bunch of them. They're all doing something a little bit different. They're all in different positions. It's basically trying to work out what it needs to do, what it has to do with its muscles to move. Now, every 10 seconds, another generation begins. We're currently on generation 2, and it's basically going to pick one of the better ones from the generation previous, and it's going to evolve on it and see if it can just move a little bit further. And as generations go by, weird things start happening. As you can see, they're starting to get a little bit loopy. They're bouncing all over the place. They're testing where they're gonna go. Some are going left, some are going right. Ultimately, though, we want to go right, but it's not really happening. We can go and just switch it to one at a time. Apparently, that's what's up, apparently. A little bit of a shuffle back and forth. I call it the wiggle. I actually don't know if they're moving or not, but let's see how these muscles are moving. They're basically just spazzing back and forth. Contracting, expanding, doing their thing. I don't really think they're moving. But up at the top of the screen here as well, we have the best of the previous generation. But as you can see, this is it's a pretty bad creature. Thankfully, they've given us a couple examples of what will work, or just creations that they've come up with. For example, you got the frog. You know what? Let's try the frogger. Oh, no, they got a roo. That doesn't really look like a roo, I'm gonna be honest. Kind of looks like more of a slug. But I guess we'll give it a crack. Evolve! Well, it's a lot more complicated than the one that I was playing with. I don't quite know what's going on here, but apparently this is working. Oh, check it out. Check out the best of Generation 1 up the top there. It's hopping along. And obviously that is the best of Generation 2 in front of us right now. I mean, it's the only one that's currently moving, but they're getting their flair. They know what's up. They're hopping along. Look at this one to the right. I want to go over and just watch him. Look at him. I don't even know how to switch to the right one. Show one at a time. And we can kind of skip through them. Some are jumbling all over the place. But no, let's get back to all of them. Get rid of that muscle contraction. I don't know which one's winning. I want to follow the winning one. Can I just follow? Oh, no, I think we're naturally following the winning one. Look at the move. This is insane. In a matter of 6 generations, they've taught themselves how to hop. I mean, not flawlessly, as you can see. They're kind of crumbling along the way, but they got it pretty good. They got it down pat. They know what's up. Now, if we switch it back to this frogger, I mean, it looks like more of a frog than the other one looked like a kangaroo. As you can see, they don't really know what they're doing. They're trying to hop along. They don't quite have the class that the roo had. Actually, one of them's miles ahead right now. One of them's hopping away like a madman. Ooh, hold on. Look at this. Oh, he had a nice little shuffle going. Now he's kind of stuck. He's forgotten how to walk. This one knows what's up, though. Yo! Okay, nope, he lost it. He lost it as well. Anyways, here's the thing. If we go ahead and skip to Generation 70, which the developers have kindly included in the game for us, if I know how to do that, check this out. Your minds are going to be blown. Look at that! After 70 generations of these guys hopping around, fumbling, falling, flipping, stacking it, doing what they do best, this is how far they have evolved. Look at the perfection of that frog jump. It's actually quite impressive. And it's probably time for us to give this one a crack for ourselves. So let's scrap what... No, I don't want to delete the frogger. Actually, what else do we have here? We got a spider. We've got a spring. Rather simple, but I wonder if it actually moves. The Hailer, and I think that's all. Well, I want to create my own today. So let's go ahead and... Can I just delete it all? Let's just delete it by hand. Let's just delete it one by one. And we're going to build our very own creature. And I thought, what better of a creature to build than a dinosaur? Yeah, we're gonna build a dinosaur. Now, I don't know what kind of dinosaur. Something small, preferably. I'm thinking, like, very small. Maybe we can try and create, like, a little T-Rex. This definitely ain't gonna go well, but let's go for it. That's gonna be our... Why have we got so big legs? We don't need that bigger legs. We only need, like, tiny little stumps. The smaller the legs, probably the better. But let's just try and make this work. So, leg number 1. Leg number 2. The goal is to keep this thing on its feet. That's basically going to be the hard part. Now let's connect these bones. I'm not going to give it feet because it don't need no feet. Feet, it's just going to complicate the matter. Let's go and throw some more joints. We're going to have to get this body down proper. Wait, I want to move that one. Can I move it, or I think I just have to delete it? All right. Like that. Nope, that's not at all where I wanted that. Oh, it's because of the grid. Oh, yeah. All right, we can change that. We can change that. Let's scale it back to like a 1. A 1, I said. There we go. Okay, okay. Delete you. Now I want to go joint there. Joint there. You know what? Zoom this in a little bit. Now, with the bones, I want to keep this all nice and compact because this is just the body. And I'm hoping it doesn't bend because, you know, it's all tight and whatnot. Anyway, you know what? Let's have a look. All right, well, the body doesn't kind of fall, which is exactly what I want, but the legs have no support. So we're definitely going to have to throw some muscles into this mix, and I'm hoping that's enough to make it work. Maybe we'll throw some little outer muscles in there as well, just to keep it all nice and tight together. But we're going to expand on this body. So let's go with some more joints. I want to keep it kind of on the same sort of path. I'm going to delete a couple of those. I'm going a little bit crazy with all of these joints. Delete you. Oh, there is a move button. Oh, it's okay. We don't really need that right now. All right, delete all of those. Bone them all up together. And this is going to be like the head of our T-Rex. Well, not the head, but the neck. Okay, that's the neck. We're going to need a tail on this fella as well. But the most important part is that it just doesn't fall it. Okay. Okay, it falls over. It falls over. So apparently it's unbalanced. Oh, that's because I threw the muscles in. Okay, it makes sense. It's all good. All right. Maybe now we gotta throw some tail on. So let's go and try and like extend one down here. This is not gonna go well, but it's all good. So, something like this. I don't know where this one was going to. Is that a tail? Is that enough? Can you call that a tail? Maybe it should be pointy. It should be pointy. It should definitely be pointy. Joint. No. Bone. Up here. Bone. Oh, gosh. Across there like that. See, I don't even know if this thing's gonna stand up. Let's be honest. This thing ain't standing, but that tail is way too long. So let's go and bring you nice and tight down here. In fact, no, the tail should go upwards. What am I even doing? It's like I've never seen a dinosaur before. I play with dinosaurs all day, every day. I should know this. I should know what a dinosaur looks like. Okay, that's kind of a tail, but the problem is that's going to unbalance it by a long way. So we're going to also have to throw some arms out the front just to try and upset that balance a little bit. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. Now, these ones are going to be hard to keep still because, well, as soon as we start them, they're going to flop down, but we don't want that to happen. So we're going to have to throw some muscles in here. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works out all right, but I guess we'll find out in a second. And last but not least, the last thing our T-Rex is definitely going to need. This is so not going to work. I should really just test this out. You know what? Let's just test it out in its current form and see what happens. Let's go! I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. It just looks like a... I have no idea what it looks like. Oh, that's what it looks like. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh. Oh, okay. Okay. He stood standing a little bit longer that time. In fact, let's throw that muscle. Okay, that one was a little bit worse than the last one. Oh, that was horrible that time. I'm wondering what Generation 4 looks like. Just try and... Just stand up. Just stand up. All you gotta do is tense all of your muscles and, like, do a little bit of a waddle. You're making me look like a horrible god. You're embarrassing me, dinosaur creature. This is what you're gonna give me. At least they're all kind of working in unison, but they're really not working. They're not doing what they're meant to be doing, which actually surprises me. After 10 generations. 10 generations. I think this is all they're going to achieve. So let's go back. Clearly things aren't working. Clearly something needs to be changed here. And maybe it is in the likes of our legs. Maybe it's the legs that need a little bit of difference. Maybe they need to kind of, I don't know, have another little joint in here, like a kneecap. Now I'm thinking of going, I don't know, what does it do? Which way does a T-Rex's knee work? I think they go this way. I was thinking like a dog when they kind of bend backwards, but let's not do that. Joints down here now. This is not going to balance it at all. And I was actually really, really shocked to realize that time around, or on that attempt, that it was falling forwards. There is so much weight at the front of this thing that it was still falling forward, and I have no idea why. It's actually really confusing, but it's all good. All right, let's gear all of these things up. I want to move this one here a little bit closer in here. And I still want to throw a head on top of this creature. I still want to throw a head on this dinosaur, but it's not going to happen yet. Let's evolve him and see what he manages to do. He's falling backwards this time, isn't he? Definitely falling backwards. I'm actually going to go and make this 5 seconds per generation with a population of 50 to see if it speeds up the process a bit. Let's go! 59. Okay, bad idea. Okay, that doesn't seem to be performing too well, unfortunately. Yep, okay, let's go and run that one back a little bit. Maybe we'll reduce the size of our test samples. Let's go for 20 instead, okay? Let's try this one here. Much better. 50 was way too many. 50 was way too many. But we should be seeing some nice differences, some nice changes pretty darn quickly this time around. In fact, it still looks a little bit laggy. 20 might be on the upper echelon of what this game can handle. At least on my computer. It probably varies from computer to computer. But they're slowly starting to stand up. Look at them. And they're actually using their tail to balance. That wasn't really the plan, but hey, I ain't complaining. That's awesome. That's awesome if they managed to do that. Look at it! Look at it! It's moving! It was moving at least. Come on, little one! You can do it! You can't quite do it just yet, apparently. You can't quite do it just yet. Look at the best of Generation 9 at the top of the screen over there. It's actually walking. With the assistance of its tail. But it's walking. If there's anything this tells me, it's we need a little bit more front weight. We definitely need some more weight up the front of this thing. So we're going to need that head. That head is going to be our offset. So I don't know how we're going to build this. It's going to be quite interesting. Can I... Oh, darn it. You know what? Let's just get a bunch of these. And then we'll move them around as we need them. So I'm thinking... This thing's going to be huge, man. This thing's going to be enormous. All right, down here. And let's throw some bones in just to see how this all connects. All right, there's our head. It's not quite the pretty head that I had in mind, but look at all of these bones. Now it looks okay. Sort of. Not really. It's really not that good. It's quite horrible looking. That looks even worse now. I don't want it to, like, look symmetrical. It's a dinosaur. They're not meant to look symmetrical. I reckon the head needs to come a little bit higher and be a little bit, like, different shaped. So we're going to mix this up a little bit now. This isn't quite what I had in mind. Another joint in there. Connect up the bones. Oh my gosh, what is this hideous monstrosity? I guess that's not looking too bad. It's a pretty big head though. I don't know if we should bring it back a little bit. I think it's definitely going to outweigh the guy in the wrong direction. That's not terrible. I could work with that. I think what we're also going to... Oh, all right. We can remove the grid. Oh, and let's move these things freehand. Oh, now we're talking. I didn't even know this was possible. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. This is going to be marvelous. All right, let's bring that up a bit. Bring that back. The tail's going to kind of go more over that way now. There we go. The legs, they were previously crumbling a little bit. They're probably still going to do exactly that. All right, let's bring this up. Bring you up. You over there. You can stay in the center. You're doing all right there. Does he have a big belly at the front? Is he a fat dino? No. The tail should probably stem out from here a little bit more, I think. There we go. There we go. If that isn't an amazing looking T-Rex, then I don't know what is. How are we looking for muscles? Do we need any muscle movement in here? We could put the head on a bit of a swivel just to see if that helps out. I'm gonna throw a muscle through there just to see if that assists with anything. I'm tempted to go and connect some to the inside of the body as well. Just to see if, just a little test. But I think we're just about ready. Let's go reduce the population to about 15. 5 seconds per generation. Let's go! Unleash the dinosaurs! Yeah. Okay. This this is pretty bad. All right, let me just cut back to 1. I want to see what's actually oh, the head's falling. The head's crumbling. What? The head isn't supporting itself. Why? What am I missing? It should be okay. I'm trying to see like where the hinge is that's kind of letting it crumble like that. This should not be. This shouldn't be. I'm still having trouble seeing what's going on here. It's the top of the head. Something's wrong up here. There's a bone. Maybe a bone through there might help. Or even a bone through there. Kind of looks ugly now, but let's... Nope! The head's still falling! But why? I can't even see because it like lags every time. I think we've definitely got a little bit too much weight up there. But that doesn't explain why our head isn't being supported. Okay, I've made some adjustments to see if they work. Okay, that's even worse. That's even worse now. Oh, you suck so much. Whoa. Autoplay, generation, 5 seconds. Wait, what? I have no idea what this is. Let's go back though. Let's go back. Okay, what if we go back to 10 generations? I don't know what to change. Alrighty! So I've made some adjustments. I removed his neck. He now has no neck. He's a neckless T-Rex, but he's still got a big old head. Basically just, yeah, simplified it a lot. And check it out. What do you know? Lo and behold, he kind of stands up a little bit better. Well, he doesn't collapse. His legs collapse, but his head doesn't. His head stays exactly where it is. And his mouth and his... I don't really know what was happening there, but he looks okay. He looks alright. We just need these legs to do their thing. It looks like we've still got way too much weight out the front, in fact. Alright. He's falling backwards. But I don't know if that's just because of his back leg isn't supporting. What are you doing? You're trying to move forward or backwards, buddy? It don't matter. It don't matter. Because now we can go pump up this population again. He's simple now. He's a simple creature. Let's go. Evolve, my dinosaurs. Evolve! That's not evolving. But we're finally starting to get somewhere. Generation 10 has passed. And we haven't got very far. All of our guys are doing the same thing. They're falling back on their hind tail. Their back leg just ain't doing what it's meant to be doing. And you can pretty much get an idea. We just got a lazy dinosaur. Yeah, I totally intended for this. I totally intended for this to happen. I was trying to create a lazy dinosaur this whole time. That's all I wanted. A lazy dinosaur. A lazy dinosaur. No, we want a walking dinosaur. We want one that can roam. Oh. I might have just seen our... Ooh, hold on a second. Hold on. This muscle back here was once upon a time contracting. Now it's expanding. Are we getting somewhere? It means it's pushing the rest of the body forwards. Yes. Hold on. Nope. It's still not happening. It's still not happening. That back leg is doing a bugger all. The front leg's good. Back leg, no. All right, let's go back to the drawing board here and see what we can change. I didn't want to do that. I want to move these two. So, what if we can throw this back leg a little bit further back? It's probably going to be a bad idea. Another thing we can do is bring the head a little more forward to outbalance the weight that's set on by this tail. It's probably still not enough. I also don't know what decides the weight, so that's the other problem here. I don't know if the weight is based on the joints or the bones, the size of the bones, anything like that. There's really no way for me to tell. I'm also tempted to throw a little muscle in the mouth just to see if that kind of gives it a little bit of a wiggle. Let's find out. Evolve! Evolve! Okay, some of them are falling forwards. That's a good sign because some are going backwards, some are going forwards. That means they can go in either direction. All we need is for them to evolve to the point where they can work out which way they want to go, or at least how to stand up. At least how to stand up. How are we looking? Let's just have a look one at a time. You're not quite there, guys. Not quite there. You're not quite there yet. Ooh, hold on. He was kind of balancing on his knees for a second there. Can we skip through? They're all kind of doing the same thing now. They're all falling forwards. They're all falling forward. But they haven't worked out how to get their legs out and to start walking. Okay. Okay. Generation 10, we haven't had a lot of progress. Let's go back because I have an idea. What if? Okay, what if? It's a big if, but it's an if. What if we go and throw a joint in the little crotch region, okay? What if we go and do that? We go and add a couple little bones through here, and instead of just having the standard old pointy legs, we go and do a little bit of this action, huh? What if we do a bit of this? Could this be the defining moment that we work out what needs to be changed? Evolve. How'd we look? Okay, with the legs are staying that little tiny bit more straight, but the weight down the back is still too much. I might need to go and reduce that tail a little bit more. Or there might just be something I'm not thinking of. Hold on a second. One of them is still standing up. One at a time. Look! Look! Look at him! Look at my pretty dinosaur! My pretty T-Rex! Come on, buddy. Come on. Let's get those legs moving. Let's get them working. Nope. He doesn't have the strength. His head is just too heavy. Like a typical T-Rex. That head, that enormous monstrosity of a head is just too much for it to handle. I think the problem here is still the weight of this thing because it's actually standing up now. Look at it. It's standing. It's standing. For like a split second, but it's still standing. If you can call it that. So at least some of them are still standing. They just can't move. They can't get their wiggle on. That's what's holding them back now. The wiggle. The wiggle. So what if we give them some bigger feet? Maybe they just need some feet. Maybe that's all it is. A little joint there and a little joint there. Let's give them some bones. Like this, bit of this action, bada bim, bada boom. Some extra muscles, because these legs are pretty weak. Let's be real. Let's be for real right now. I'm even gonna connect the bottom here, just to throw some extra muscles into the mix. You know what? Muscles everywhere. Muscles everywhere. Just muscle it all together. Why didn't I think of this sooner? This is definitely not gonna work. But that doesn't mean we're not gonna try. Here we go! Alright, this was supposed to be my best. Oh, he's standing! He just can't bend his knees. He's like, there's too many muscles at play right now. There's too many muscles, but look at him! He's alive! This is his attack. This is his attack. He just dives on his food. There's like, my mouse is the food. It's like, no! Come on, I'm like a fly buzzing around. It's like, yum, nice, perfect, the perfect meal. This is the worst thing I think I've ever done. Why can't you just walk, my pretty? Why can't you just bend those knees and do what you gotta do? How are the other guys going, by the way? Are they all having the same issue? Are they all falling? Are they all just crumbling? Is that all they're capable of? It appears so. But I'm gonna let these guys run for a couple decades of generations. And we're gonna see if we come out with any positive result on the other side. So it's been about 105 generations. That's a lot of years. And we haven't gotten very far. We haven't gotten far at all. our dinosaur stands up for a bit. In fact, look at the one. There was one standing up for a while. How do I watch that one? I want to watch the one that stood standing a couple generations ago. It was so good. But yeah, they all fall. They all fall eventually. Whether it's now, in a second, a few seconds, they all end up just catching this little buzzy little fly down here. Bang, just caught, that's it. And that's its one meal. For its entire life, it has one little tiny meal. And that's it. Well, I think it's safe to say that our T-Rex evolution test experiment has failed. I'm kidding! It was amazing! We succeeded! We made a T-Rex! I never said I wanted a T-Rex to walk. I just said I wanted to create a T-Rex, and we did exactly that. So we are ending this one right here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to go ahead, punch that thumbs up, make it rain those thumbs ups. And if you'd like to see some more of this game, or you've got any creations you'd like to see me test inside of this, let me know down below in the comments. But that's all for this one. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one very, very soon. Bye. For now. Just wanna move with you out on the floor. And try to get close enough. Where